Hey guys, it's Babypowder, and we're back with another one of our cleanout videos for our 200 run series part 2. And this week is going to be week 25 after we ended up doing the Botanica and Suffolk hauls. And unfortunately, if you notice, it took me a lot longer to get that video out for the loot video because I wanted to finish it because I was a little behind on the runs because of some family stuff. So that also meant, because I was so focused on trying to get those runs done, I didn't really get to post this week. I didn't really post until the weekend. I think I got some in between in the middle of the week with just the high value, bank twos. Didn't really get any low value posted, and still some nights I didn't even post the high value stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see just how well we can do when we really can't even post, except for maybe on the weekend. It really doesn't mean that we still won't see sales. Sometimes, selling on the weekend, that's where you see a good majority of your sales, though. Although I have seen some really good sales throughout the week as well. But it's going to be interesting to see it. As long as we can get our 200,000, though, I'll be happy. But I'm really not expecting anything huge like the 900 some thousand we got last week, and like the 600,000 or 500,000 we've seen previously. But yeah. It'd be really nice, but it may not happen unless we have like a really big sale in there. Anyway, guys, though, one happy note is we did actually hit our goal last week. We had a clean out over 900,000, and we actually still beat the big clean out from series 1 where they were over 900,000. It's kind of interesting. It actually fell on the same exact week, but yeah, it sure did. And we hit our goal and actually made over 200,000 more than our goal, leaving us with 10,229,000 left to make. So really our series could have ended, but I'm gonna keep it going because we already have some farms still scheduled. So I'm working on islands now. I'm also on the side, if you've been watching stream, I've been working on doing the 1,000 runs again. So we were working on LBRS this weekend. But anyway, back to the review here. Let's just go ahead and get through it here so we can get to our big tune and see how much we did actually make. We made 977,000 last week. That brought us to 10,229,000. Bringing us to 229,000 above our goal. We actually did make 8,940,000 so far with transmog alone. 969,000 of that gold that we made last week was from transmog, and we made 8,500 gold with our materials, bringing our material total up to 1,288,000. As far as our series 1 on their week 25, they had made only 195,000, so they were right below the 200,000 mark. So we can reach our goal of 200,000, we'll still actually beat what they made, and that brought them to 6,220,000 so far. So it's really nice to see how much sooner we actually hit our goal with this one, and where they were at this time. And they even had a big clean out as well their previous week. As far as those items from series 1, though, they are still making us gold, and they actually still did pretty well with me not being able to post on them all week long as well. We made 150,000 with them, so only 50,000 shy from our 200,000 goal. And with them not getting anything new, I feel like that's pretty good. Really, that all stemmed from, I think it had like one high value bank alt that had absolutely no sales. And so if they will have had some, we may have actually even hit over 200,000 with that one. But yeah, so far since we started this series, they have now made a 7,648,000 in just passive gold, other than the fact of needing to post the items on the auction house. But anyway, guys, I think that's pretty much going to wrap this one up. We'll see if we got any sales from Seth the Calls and the Botanica. Again, that one came out kind of late on that loot video, so if you haven't checked that one out already, go back and look and check it out, see what we got. Actually wasn't too bad compared to some of the other dungeons, I feel. But anyway, if you do like these videos, go and smash the big thumbs up. Lets me know that you like it. Also helps out the channel. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. All right, as always, guys, we will first check out Proudmoore, see what the low value bank tune is doing. Then we'll see what the high value bank tune got, and then we'll check out our materials. And actually, we should have a decent amount of materials this week compared to some of the other ones because of mining and stuff in Seth the Calls. And then we will switch over to Thrall and do the same thing, which actually I think I forgot to mention. It looks like Thrall actually took the lead last week when we ended it too. So if you didn't see that clean out, they actually took the lead because they made over 708,000 last week. But anyway, let's get to our bank alts and see how well we did this week. All right, guys, so first up, it is going to be our low value bank tune for Proudmoore. Let's see what they got here. We've got 13 sales, 36,230 gold. Actually really nice, really great value compared to, you know, how many sales we actually had. So I actually did pretty well with wait until the weekend. You can see here we're like 23, 24, like right when I posted on Sunday, and then bam, it's 28, 29 because we really didn't post anything all week long. But anyway, right here we got the brittle flame reaver pauldrons for 9,800, so getting some good value out of the pieces we did sell. The Shatari long spear for 2,500, I think that's BC. We also have the Arcanine gun for 4,700. That's going to be from WAD, so probably Iron Docks. Elegant leggings, oh that's low. It sold, whatever. Dark Iron baby booty sold for 6,500, so that's going to be from when we did BRD. Aboriginal robe sold for 7,500, and then a creeper claw great sword for 1,900, which is also Iron Docks. All right, so Proudmoore's low value tune actually did pretty well. Let's see how well their high value bank tune did. And we've got 3 sales, only 29,969 gold, which actually for only 3 items is not too bad because it's almost 10,000 gold per sale average, but just would have been nicer to have a lot more. But again, we really didn't post all week. You see here, we got 24 days of sales. It jumps to 28 days. So we really weren't posting all week long. And we got this like right after the clean out that we did last week. But anyway, Great Fur Booty sold for almost 5,000. We also sold an Incise gun, which came from doing Iron Docks for almost 22,000. And the Great Fur Booties, that's a northern Eastern Kingdom zones item. Plundered Pirate Admiral's hat here for 3,300, which we're now again working on islands. Sold for 3,300. All right, guys. So our last bank alt for Proudmoore is going to be the materials, which, like I said, we should have more than we've had previously. And let's take a look. We've got 17 items sold, 17,027 gold, which is really good because it's like 1,000 gold average per sale. So really nice when that happens. So let's see here. We got Corium bars, 7 of those sold for almost 4,000. We have the hardened adamantite bars, 31 of those sold for 2,800. Tertium bars, 51 of those sold for 3,300, almost 3,400. Some Fury Cygnus, can't speak, sold for 3,100. All those like 3,000 of them, nowhere near the value you get for like the Marcus Sargeras. They're so much better. Kind of looking forward to Mechanar when we do that because we'll get a lot of Marcus Sargeras, even though it's not like a huge value. But anyway, Primal Earth, we sold 45 of those for 900. And then we also sold Primal Fire, only 2 of those for 1,300. Such high value on these Primal Fires nowadays. Rune Cloth sold 800, and that's the odd thing with the Botanica. We were actually getting Rune Cloth out of there, but 808 of those for 595 gold. All right, guys, so now we're on over to Brawl, and we're going to be looking again at the low value transmog first. We have quite a ways to go. Thrall actually does need to make a little bit more than Proudmoore if we're at least going to hit our 200,000. If we get our 200,000 this week, I'll still be happy, even though we couldn't post almost all week long. But it's kind of a long shot. I mean, we only made 83,000 with Proudmoore so far. So that leaves Thrall needing to actually make us more than what Proudmoore made. So hopefully they can do it. Let's start it off here and see how well they did. Got 16 sales, only 16,696 gold. It's still good. I mean, it's still 1,000 gold average per sale as far as the value that we're getting out of the sales. It's still decent, but really needed more to you know, help out the high value bank tune, unless the high value bank tune actually has some good sales. So let's hope they do. Let's take a look at what we got. Insignia boots sold for 3,800. Nice sell there. Some very low ones here, and then we sold 5, can't count today, 5 of the Nat Pagel books, all for 1,900. Probably the same person buying those. Grunt Shield sold for 1,600, and that's about it. Okay, so now on to our high value bank tune for Thrall, and hoping for like 100,000 here at least, or close to it. Be really nice, which I know is kind of pushing it compared to what we have with Proudmoore, but let's see. We've got 4 sales, only 55,183 gold, which is still way better than what Proudmoore did, but I'm just not sure it's going to be enough. We are going to have more from materials this time, but I don't know if it's going to be close enough to actually get us there. So let's see here though what we got. We got plans for the Golden Scale boots sold for almost 23,000. We just get that from Alderman, I think we did. Pattern for the red lumberjack shirt, actually decent value compared to what we normally see. You sometimes only see like 9,000, especially for these red ones. When we actually sell these, it probably sells for like 10,000, but the auction house cut brings it down to like 9. But 18,000 for that one. Long claw gun sold for 6,500, and then we which is going to be from Long claw is from Skyreach. And then recipe for thistle tea, actually really nice value for the thistle tea pattern, 7,700. We were actually seeing those under 1,000 gold sometimes, so that's really good. All right, guys, so now it's our last bank alt, and man, hoping maybe they have something extra sold in here because we are so close. Well, actually, I don't know, we're not really so close. We're really hoping for something extra here. Anyway, materials here, let's take a look. And we've got 17 cells, 25,000, 173 gold. So better. And actually, they did get more corium. So that's probably what that is. I don't think that's going to be enough to get us there. But hey, closer to 200,000 is better than being way far from it, right? I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to look on the bright side. We got Rune Claw sold for 803 gold, 683 gold for that. And then we've had Primal Fire, 55 of those sold for 1,100 gold. Eternium Bars, 42 of those sold for 2,900. We also have our Primal Fire. We actually got 4, so we actually got 2 more Primal Fires too. 2,800 for those. Corium Bars, 14 of those, 7,800. And then we've got Hardened Adamantite Bars, 32 of those for 2,900. And then we've got Sun Fury Signets, 3,379 of those for 5,700 gold. So really nice. Arcane Tomes, 216 of those for 818. So you can really see where it kind of stood out for the Arcane Tomes on the other one, but they were there somewhere in the mix. All right, guys, so now back to our sheet. How did we do? So week 25, we made 138,078 gold with our transmog, which is kind of a lot lower than last week. I knew we weren't going to beat that unless we had a really good sell. And then we made 42,200 gold with our materials, which actually is a pretty good amount, which really helped us out this week. That brings us to a grand total of 180,278 gold for the week. So we didn't reach our 200,000, unfortunately. But hey, that's still really good, seeing that we only posted on the weekend. And even still, only being able to post on the weekend, we've made some sales enough to where we could have actually been over the 200,000 some weeks, but it just didn't happen this time. So it really goes to show when you can't post that much, how your sales can kind of tank a little bit. So being able to post at least your high value stuff or some stuff during the week could definitely make a big difference. But yeah, sometimes it's hard to find time during the week, and this week was that way. I was trying to finish up our runs, and I wasn't even trying to take the time to post our items. But anyway, that does bring us now to a grand total of 10,409,000. So still, we're already past our goal. So not a big deal. And we're just extending that amount above our goal even more. As far as our realms, shockingly, Thrall actually still made the most for us this week. So they're just extending their lead now that they've taken the lead. Prowler made us 83,000, and Thrall actually made us 97,000. Thrall almost made us 100,000. And that now brings Prowler up to 5,163,000 and Thrall to 5,246,000, leaving us 409,000 above our goal of 10 million. Now that does also mean that we did not beat Series 1 for the week, though we're still ahead of them because they still hadn't hit their goal yet. But they had made 195,000 this week, and our 180,000 is just slightly below that from what they made. But still not bad, seeing that we only posted on the weekend pretty much. I will take it, though I was kind of really hoping for 200,000 still. Now, as far as our transmog, now we've made 8,940,000, or I'm sorry, last week's 9,078,000 with transmog alone, and then we made 1,331,000 with our materials now. And yeah, we'll have to see how islands do for us this week coming up. We'll also have to see if Seth Halls and the Botanica loot actually helps us out this week, since it didn't really get a chance to be posted that much since it was only posted for the weekend. So we might actually see some of those items selling this week coming up, and of course some of our previous items as well. But really, I mean, Islands has been great in the past, and we still sometimes, like we even saw this week, it was a small item, but we saw a plundered item, and honestly, we're kind of getting, you know, where we don't have many of those items left at this point. So it's going to be nice to kind of restock those, because those were, you know, Islands were done right after Sunwell. But anyway, excited to get the Islands done, get that stuff back up on the auction house, and get back to doing our 1,000 runs, and, you know, eventually get back to our or get to what we're going to be doing next, which is possibly working on other speed classes. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to pretty much wrap this one up for week 25. You know, following our biggest clean out yet, pretty small one. Not our smallest one since we started the series, though. We actually did have a 70,000 clean out way back after we did the second week of Islands in Northern Eastern Kingdom Zone. So this is not our smallest by far. But anyway, if you guys did enjoy this video, go ahead and smash that big thumbs up. Lets me know that you like it. Also helps out the channel. And do not forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. And yeah, so you don't miss next loop video too, so you see what we get from our islands. But anyway, guys, let's go doing this one. I hope to see you all in the next video and live sometime on Twitch. Take care, guys.